Right, welcome back everyone. My name is Paul Jurt. I'm going to be running through chapter number 8, I think it is now, which is going to be running through the referral delivery status, but also basically these codes here. So under the patient system, so just to mention, I've gone through all the different scenarios of the patients that they come in for the initial, their repeat, their second repeat, and they get referred. But when you're looking at these patients, just to help you through the process, there's some things that they've added onto the system. So if you view all your patients, alright, it'll show all the patients that you've done of all time. That's not really helpful. It gets a little bit messy and confusing. So typically it's best to just view your active patients. Now I've created 2 active patients that I've done here just to show you the little codes, but basically they're very self-explanatory. So you've got number 2, a patient that has not been seen for their second repeat pressure measurement 2 weeks after their first IOP. So if we have a look at this patient, I created them. Craig Jackson did his first one on the 22nd of the 8th 2013, and it's just basically a reminder. So when you go onto the system and you can see, oh, this patient hasn't been back for 2 weeks, I'm sure we were supposed to book him in. He had obviously cancelled and changed the appointment, but he hasn't come back in. So it's just a reminder, oh, we need to get hold of this patient, we need to make sure he comes in and do it. And so let's say he came in today and he did it. We would just then edit that and add it on exactly as we have before on that. The other scenario here is number 4. Patients have not been seen for their second repeat 4 weeks after their first IOP. So you got them in, you did their initial IOP, you did the repeat, it's still high, you said please come back on another day, and you just can't get hold of this patient. And you finally phone them up and they book an appointment and they don't arrive, and you know, it's just carrying on, and it's been now over a month since you were supposed to repeat. Now you as a practitioner have a choice. There's one, you can wait for them to come in, but obviously getting to 4 weeks I've been starting to get concerned because the pressure was high on your second repeat, so you're thinking the pressure is high. So it gives you the option to just refer there. So you'll notice at 2 weeks it doesn't give you the option to refer, but at 4 weeks it does give you the option to refer. So you have a choice now. You could just refer them on that initial pressure. So if you hit refer, it would go through the exact referral process that I'd run through in the last one, except it would just do it on the one IOP. You as a practitioner have a choice. What I would tend to do at the 4 weeks, phone the patient and say, look, if you can't make it, then what we need to do is send you out for referral anyway. So we can save you a trip to the eye hospital if your pressures are low and you come in and see us, or if you'd like to, we can just initiate the referral straight away and get it done that way. Now, the next one on the list here is patient awaiting practitioner sign-off. Now, I haven't got any there, but I'm just going to demonstrate to you what would happen in a normal scenario with a lot of practices. And that is that they get their administrative staff to fill in the details. So for instance, like I don't really do anything with this Optoserve system except sign people off. So I fill in all the details on my normal patient record. I go down and I say to a staff member that knows about the Optoserve system, say whoever it is, this patient I did the IOP refinement, can you put it on the system? So they'll go and they'll put it on the system. So let's say it was Mr. Craig Jackson that they saw. That I saw. So they would go onto the system, they'd log on, they'd make sure all his details are correct on that system there, and save. Also I hit the wrong one there. Apologies, just go back to view all again, view active, and I meant to add second IOP. So they would go in to add the second IOP, so the administrative staff would go in, they put in today's date, whatever today's date is, 9th, and they would put in the pressures that I measured on my record. So let's say it was 19 and 19, so it was now below, and the time that I did it, right, and they would hit save. Right. And instead of practitioner signing off there, they would just hit save. And now you'll notice if I go to those active patients, now you've got one with an A. And so that means that there's patients just awaiting the practitioner sign-off. So every day I just log onto the system once to see if there are any A's. Obviously I remember if I've done an IOP repeat measurement on that day. If there's days that I haven't, I don't log onto the system. But if there's a day that I've done an IP, I'll log on, look for it. I can just go across there and I just go to the edit. I just check that everything that the administrative staff put in for me. So basically they're just doing the administrative side. I check that they've done it correctly. I'm happy with that. And then I would go and hit the practitioner sign off. Print the letter off as it tells me to do. Whack a copy onto my records, post it off to the GP. And now if I go back to view active patients, gone. Alright, so that A is just awaiting your sign off. So now I'm going to, unfortunately this test software doesn't actually show you the referral sent successfully, but if I went to this patient and hit refer, went through the whole process of referring them, so filled this in and pressed save. Now I don't know, I can't remember the name of the patient we did earlier that ended up being a referral. I think it was Craig Jackson. No, that's the one we did today. Yes, it would have been this patient, sorry, so this was Paul Smith, so this was the referral. So now, if you went into view all patients, and that patient was a referral patient, there should be an R next to his name saying that that referral went off successfully. There isn't one there at the moment, so if you went into referral delivery status, you should see a list of those patients that were supposed to be referred, and if the faxes had not been sent. So you may resend from this page if you need to. So not sure why the fax wasn't sent, but if we hit it again, it should send the fax. But as I said, under the test site, I don't think it does anything, so unfortunately I don't think this bit is going to work. But on your one, you get a little R next to the name. Now what I always do is a double check. Like any referral, what I tend to say to the patients is that I have referred you to your GP for rate IOPs. Okay, so it's still got it as pending. But once it had gone through, then basically it should come up in your view all patients with an R next to it. Okay, but there is no R next to that patient. But as I was saying, so I double check on the patient. I basically tell the patient, please give the GP a ring, as you do with all your normal referrals. If there's a cataract referral, you just say to them, look, I've sent a referral to your GP, could you follow up with a phone call in a week? And I do that exactly the same with all of my IOP referral requirements. It's just a double check. But in that system, we specifically put in that referral sent successfully so that you can see that your patients have been referred successfully. So that concludes all the patient videos. The last video that I'm just going to do is on invoices, and I'll see you in a few minutes.